Hi, I'm Lauren Imparato, founder of I.AM.YOU. I.AM.YOU is the first ever 360-degree lens for wellness based on yoga, nourishment, mindset, and music. Whether you're coming to our flagship studio in New York City or you're following the content online from home, I.AM.YOU gives you the nuggets you need to be healthy no matter what your day throws you and no matter what your goals are. I'm super psyched to announce the launch of my first ever book, RETOX, Healthy Solutions for Real Life, that distills all of I.AM.YOU's methodologies that I've garnered over the past 6+ years and gives it to you in one easy book that you can read and pull from across the board. We look at life's 20 biggest challenges and I give you those yoga, nourishment, and mindset tips to take them on. Are you ready to RETOX with me? I'm a member of the Mile High Club, the new Mile High Club like I call it in my upcoming book, RETOX. The new Mile High Club is about using yoga, nourishment, and mindset to make your travel easy and actually pleasurable. So when you do yoga, nourishment, and mindset in these ways I've outlined, travel becomes something actually for you, energizing you from the inside out, believe it or not. If you're like me, you're probably stuck in the back of the bus most of the time. You know, seat 57 and Jay and I, we're like this. That doesn't mean that you have to be miserable the whole flight or afterwards. Of course, if you're laying down in a flatbed, lucky, lucky people, especially when the chocolate chip cookies come, you know, the ones you smell from the back of the bus. But I'm gonna give you some RETOX yoga tips that you can do in your seat. The first thing is to take your arms up as you inhale and hold one wrist with the opposite hand. Inhale, reach up, make sure both butt cheeks are on that really gorgeous airplane seat, and lean up and over to the left. And then hold there, and then when you're done, inhale, come up, switch wrists, and exhaling. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, lean to the other side. And try and stretch from your hip or outer glute up to your middle finger. When you're done with that, you're gonna take your knee up onto your ankle and cross your legs like you're sitting at a bar. If you're 5'11" or more like me, you might be butting into a little bit to your neighbor, but either do it when they're sound asleep and snoring, or when they're not watching, or maybe you're just really polite about it and you don't touch them, which is the ideal. You're gonna place your hand on your inner thigh or your inner knee and flex your foot. And you're gonna inhale, sit up, press down into that area, and you're gonna feel a little bit of an opening in the medial glute and the hips. And exhaling, if you can, fold forward. Maybe you only fold forward a little bit because that seat in front of you is being so friendly, but maybe you go all the way forward. See what feels comfortable. When you do this, you're starting to relieve the muscles of the glutes and the lower back, which is going to make you feel better not only during the flight, but afterwards as well. And of course, you try the other side, hand to inner thigh, foot flex, and forward. Above all, I want you to move on the airplane. Yeah, sure, you can get down and dirty on that carpet and do a whole yoga routine, but if you're a little bit of a germaphobe or just like me or any normal person, you know that stuff hasn't been cleaned in years, and it's just like a little too gross for my liking. So I'm not saying to do that, but I am saying to stand up and take a walk to the bathroom. Take a nice stroll. Maybe you walk to the bathroom and back and to the bathroom and back a few times before you wait in that line. Even just that little movement is gonna help your circulation and help you feel better and also help you prevent you getting jet lag. So now what do you eat? I mean, a lot of people are gonna tell you to buy and make all this food before the flight, which obviously is the ideal. But a lot of the times before we travel, we just don't have time. It's like the most hectic time of the week. So I've broken it down to RETOX tips of before, during, and after. I've outlined the entire tips in the book, but beforehand, I want you to focus on eating cooked foods and drinking a ton of water. Like so much water that the second you go through security, you're looking for that restroom and like being like, oh my God, thank God, I gotta go pee. So you're gonna drink a ton of water before and you're gonna eat cooked foods. My favorite go-to is soup. The soup has the vegetables broken down already and warm, so it's really easy on your digestion, which is important as you take off and you're really high and separated from the earth. Now, you're in the flight. You're gonna chug more water. Why? Because it's good for you to be walking to and from the bathroom. And they're gonna kind of keep it vegan in flight. Not like tofuti and frufuti and fake chicken and all that stuff, like natural vegan. Nuts, fruits, vegetables. If you bring stuff, if you buy the vegan snacks, that's where I want you to stay. Having those vegan foods is gonna be easier on your digestive system and prevent bloating, pain, and discomfort afterwards. So when it is afterwards and you've landed and you're wherever you are, I hope you're in a really nice beach, but maybe you're in the middle of a business city or in a business packed day. I want you to gear your diet towards more water. Oh my God, you're like turning into bloop. and raw foods, particularly salads. Go hard on the salad when you land and douse it in olive oil. The olive oil is going to help get your system going, and the raw foods are going to add to the hydration that we need to replenish after you've been in flight. And if you need to have a coffee, do. It's probably going to wake you up and get the system going even more. So now let's talk about like the real thing about travel, which is just straight up hating it most of the time because it's stressful and chaotic and a drag. But with RETOX and the new Mile High Club, you don't have to hate that travel. In the yoga traditions that I used at I.AM.YOU over the years, we talk about a concept of pratyaharya, which is going inside of yourself. Use travel as a time to go inside yourself and indulge it, man. Like before I go on a flight, I download all the series I want to watch. Sometimes it's like a whole series. If it's a long haul, a super long haul. I go buy newspapers. You know the type that make your fingers dirty? Those were so fun. Magazines from the Us Weekly, guilty pleasure, to something a bit more serious like The Economist or Inc. or Entrepreneur or anything in between. Or you know, the bridal magazines, which I love to flip through. Buy all that stuff, download all that stuff, and take it with you. Throw on your headphones or just be in silence, throw on a hoodie like I do a lot of the time, and use that time to go inside of you and enjoy yourself. It's one of the few times that you're not badgered by a bunch of people asking you for things. Go inside, and as I always say in RETOX, take a ride inside, and then you're gonna land super refreshed. You ready to come join my Mile High Club? There's so much more information in the book, down to the nitty-gritty anatomy, science, physiology, and philosophy that makes the method work. But above all, I remind you that life is about living, or as I say in RETOX and I.AM.YOU, rest to rage, meditate to work, cleanse to get dirty.